Hey guys. So today I am going to go over a little bit more of an intermediate chess concept. They say that chess, like 90% of chess is tactics. Well, actually, that's not true because if you've seen any of my other lessons, you'll know that actually 90% of chess is luck. But 10%, I would say 90% is luck, 10% tactics. So that's kind of why I'm starting a whole series on tactics today. And the tactic that I want to talk about today is called a pin. And basically, the first step, they always say like the first step is awareness. And so the first part of this tactic is to figure out like where is the pin in the first place. So this first video is just going to be about how to tell if any of your pieces are pinned. Um, and I guess we can now focus on the game. I know I've been doing the opening. I always do the opening moves really quickly because I'm so used to playing speed chess. But if we look at the game right now, and honestly, I might miss some of the pins in this video, but I'm going to try to do my best to spot them. So right now, I don't think anything is pinned yet right now. Well, I guess I should probably explain what a pin is, first of all. So a pin is basically when you have a piece, so like this piece, and then there's another piece to the side of this piece, and basically you can't move this piece without this other piece becoming open. So the reason you want to be able to spot the pin is then you'll be able to do something about the pin. Now, on what you could do about a pin, I don't know. I don't know how to, I don't really know how to, if something is pinned, I don't know. I don't know what the next step would be, but at least you can identify if something is pinned. So right now, actually, this is a really, really good example happening right here. So right now, this bishop, actually, believe it or not, already in this game, we have a pin. So this bishop is actually pinned to the king, okay? And the reason I know that it's pinned is because watch what happens if I try to, move this bishop on the interface, it won't let me move that piece. Lichess literally won't. The thing about pins is if something is pinned, you can try to click on it. Like right now I'm clicking and trying to move this piece away, but it's not that's how you can spot if something is pinned. So right now this bishop is pinned to the king, and also one thing to notice about this position is this pawn actually is also pinned. Well, I don't exactly know how to explain what's happening here, but basically this pawn can't take this bishop. I don't know if that's a pin. I think it is kind of a pin to this rook. Sometimes a pin is not a strict pin, but like a flexible pin. And I think that's probably what's happening here, because basically if this pawn captures this bishop, guess what? The queen is going to capture this rook. So right now there are several pins already happening. So I guess I just have to figure out, what to do. Honestly, whenever my pieces get pinned like this, all I know is I've spotted the tactic, but I don't really know, I wouldn't know exactly, I wouldn't know exactly what to do about it. But so in this case, you have to kind of assess, you always have to assess the threat. So is the threat, is this bishop really a threat to this bishop? Well, no, because the queen is protecting it and the king is also protecting it. And actually the horse, don't forget the horse, is also protecting it. So, you know, it's a pin, but sometimes when you have a pin, it's best to just keep, you know, keep doing other stuff, like keep doing other things. So right now, I think the best thing for me to do would be to keep developing my pieces and just see what happens next. Now, this pawn, actually, this is a really good game to show you guys how to spot a pin, because now this pawn, you know, it's eyeing down. Like, for example, this pawn, well, this is a fake pin. I don't think this is actually pin, but you have to be careful because if it captures this pawn, then this queen is going to be, I don't know if that's going to be a pin exactly, but it's just something to think about in this situation. So anyways, I think I'm going to recapture this pawn personally. You know, sometimes you do a move in chess and it just shocks your opponent. Like this opponent, his name is Worthy Pizza. He's like shocked, like completely shocked at what I just did. It's actually, I don't blame him. It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable what just happened. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay. So now obviously I have to move. You guys see what's happening, right? I have to move this horse somewhere. Because remember, if I capture this pawn with the queen, then this horse is going to take back the queen, and you know that's kind of a bad. It's always a kind of a bad idea to drop the queen like early in the game. You know what I mean? All right. Well, so now I have to look for like places for this horse, and let you know. If you guys want to pause your video and try to see all the locations where this horse can go, you could do that now, but I'll just circle all the areas that the horse can go. So notice that these two spots shouldn't be circled actually, because in chess you can't put a piece. Actually, this one is also shouldn't be circled, because in chess, like you're not supposed to put a piece on top of another piece, obviously. So, you know, I think maybe this would be a good place for the horse. Why do I think that? I'm not sure. Not really sure, but you have to use your instincts in chess. And I just have this feeling like that's a good place for the horse. I don't know. Again, Worthy Pizza is taking some time to think about the situation, which is fine. It's good if your opponent takes some time to think. Probably they are, again, a little bit surprised, which is good. You definitely want to be surprising your opponents. Okay, so this is a little bit dangerous. So whenever they put their what do you call that? Their rook, and it points down to your queen, you gotta kind of watch out, because the minute this horse moves, then this queen is gonna be in trouble with this rook. Because notice that the queen can't capture the rook because of this stupid bishop over here. So I don't know. I don't really know the best thing to do would be, but I'm still like really tempted to use this horse to take this pawn. And then when they move their horse somewhere, then I can put the queen here. Like that could be a pretty decent escape square for the queen, maybe. Another thing to do, something that I like to do sometimes, is to look for like opportunities to check their king, but there's not really there's not really a way to do that right now. Yeah, there's not really a way to check their king. Well, also, so right now, you know, another move I have is to take their bishop. But then they're just going to retake it with the horse. I don't know. That might not be terrible for me. Because once they get their horse there, I don't know. I think I'm just going to capture here and see what happens. This is, you know, what they have going on here with this rook and this horse is what I call like a negative pin, because basically their horse was like shielding their rook. And now, as we see, this is something called a discovered attack, because basically, you know, that's another tactic, and I'll cover that in like a different video for sure. Because basically, what's happening now is by moving the horse, they discovered an attack. Well, actually, I discovered the attack. Well, I don't know if I discovered or they discovered the attack, but it's a discovered attack because now the rook is like, and the horse is also eyeing this bishop. Don't forget that. But you know, I think they have like a really nasty tactic here too, because once they get this horse here, they're going to be, guess what? They're going to be forking my king and my rook. Yeah, this is kind of a nasty trick that they just did. So I kind of have to see what I want to do about it. And well, one option is I could take their bishop and then we could trade queens. We definitely could, well, I don't know if we're going to trade queens, but if I take their bishop, then basically if I take their bishop, then their queen is going to be attacked. I get a bishop. Probably they're going to take my queen though and then give me a check. And that's going to be, honestly, that's going to be unpleasant. But I think this check is coming. This check is coming no matter what I do, I think. So, you know, I guess I just have to decide, you know, I have to decide, like, I also could just take their rook, you know, give them a check, and then, you know, see what happens after that. But also don't forget, if I capture this bishop, I also have this tactic where my horse can come and like take their like also fork their stuff. So there's a lot of tactics. The thing about tactics is like there's a lot of different tactics that could happen, and it's impossible to tell, you know, the order, the correct order of all the tactics. So I'm thinking, you know, you know what? I think maybe I'm just gonna take their rook, because at least this, you know, I'm gonna lose my queen probably anyway, but at least this way I get to check them a little bit. And you know, was that the right move? I'm not sure, but I'm 100% I want to take this bishop. I really think my next move should be to take this bishop. Or I could try to protect this square. If I move my bishop here, you know, that stops their nasty fork thing that they want to do with this horse. Oh, but I forgot. You know what else I could do? I could just capture their horse. I can't believe I didn't even like see that. Anyway, I just captured their horse. Sometimes the best thing to do is just to capture the animal. Sometimes the best thing is just to capture. Okay, so now capture again. Oh, and now, you know, see, now this is actually a really good video about how to identify a pin, because now this horse, now you would think, oh, you know, I want to take this horse with this horse, but can't do that because actually this is pinned. This is like really, really, really pinned to the king is the thing. So, you know what I'm going to do is I have to also be careful, because you know what? If their queen comes here, it's not checkmate. I don't know what you call it, but it's like when you're really close to checkmate. Like, it's not checkmate exact right away, but it's like, I don't know. It's like 3 moves from checkmate or something. So if I, you know, I'm a little bit short on time, so I don't have time to talk about every single option here, but I'm thinking, oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys can see this, but Worthy Pizza, Worthy Pizza, I love when they like chat. So he's saying, well, funny to see a game get this far without castles. The best response, so by the way, the best response is going to be LOL. Definitely LOL. Anyway, it is funny, honestly. It's funny. It's tragic, actually, because it's funny because the theme is pin. It's how to spot a pin. So this is a good video for that, but it's also tragic because, you know, if I castle right now, which way would I castle? If I castle this way, then at least this rook will come and protect this horse. But if I castle this way, you know what? I'm gonna drop the horse. So, you know, it's hard to tell the best option. By the way, this Worthy Pizza is saying, if you had taken my knight earlier with check, you could have messed up my castle and made an escape route for the queen. I think this guy might be a chess coach. I'm going to ask him, are you a chess coach? I hope he says yes. Please say yes. Because honestly, I'm also a chess, oh, he says no. Well, I'm a chess coach, and I love when I meet other coaches so we could talk about pedagogy. All right, so I have 2 minutes on the clock, and I've circled a lot of different moves that I could do here, but I don't really know the best move right now would be, you know, I don't know. This Worthy Pizza says he watches YouTube videos. Well, I think I'm going to tell him I make YouTube videos, because I do. So anyways, let's see. I'm thinking I'm going to challenge his queen a little bit here. I just told Worthy Pizza that I'm streaming this game on Twitch. I hope I hope he's ready for that. Okay, so what I really want to do is like now I think I want to take his horse first of all, to avoid any possibility of losing the horse or getting checkmated. So, okay, now because the theme is pins, I think you guys should pause your video actually, because what's happened now is my bishop is pinned. So if you want a challenge, you should pause your video right now and see if you could spot my bishop. So I'll pause here. So So if you spotted my bishop, you'll see that this is the pin. This is the pin that's happening. This queen is pinning this bishop. So that's fine. You know, I have had my eye on activating my rook, and that's what I'm going to do because I really want to get that bishop, you know. And this was a smart move for them because now this rook, now there's a protection for that, you know. That's fine though. So now, you know, the thing is now is like I can't really castle because if I castle, I drop this bishop. Oh, by the way, I have to thank this person for the extra time. Oh my God, I can't type. So anyways, what to do? You know, what I really want to do is castle. I really want to castle, but it's hard because of the pin. So, you know, one option might be, I don't know. I have to get this rook out there. This rook has to be free. It has to be set free, okay? How? I don't know. I don't know how. But that's currently my strategy. So in chess, there's like tactics and then there's strategy, okay? And so tactics is what I'm explaining to you in this video, which is how do you spot a pin? That's a tactic. A strategy is like your long-term, like what is my long-term plan? Well, obviously my plan is to eventually attack their king and also centralize my own king. So actually I talked about this in a different video, but the plan is for your king should always be eyeing the center of the board, okay? So that way the king, the more lines you have open towards the king, the more he's able to see like what's happening in the rest of the game, where all the other pieces, like the king can't really be a leader unless he can see what's happening. So my long-term plan, activate the king and attack their king. But my tactic right now, I don't have any, the thing is my tactics is that already there's a pin. So I like I don't really know, you know, what a good tactic would be in this situation. To be honest, I think, you know, I think maybe I should just start doing a pawn storm. So pawn storm is something I also learned recently on the internet. It's where you just like randomly pick a pawn and just like march it forward as quickly as possible. So since it looks like I won't be castling anytime soon, I'm just gonna start a pawn storm. Now, in a pawn storm, you usually want to move your pawns like higher up the board, not one. Like I did a very small pawn storm here, and that's fine. At least now they are letting me castle. So they took a pawn, but at least they're letting me castle. So I'm gonna say thanks for letting me castle. By the way, this pawn storm is still something I'm thinking about. It's just, you know, why can't I castle? Wait, what? Oh, because this is a check. God damn it. Okay, so by the way, guys, one rule that I always forget is like, you can't castle if the queen, like, I don't know what you call this, but you can't castle like through an area that the queen is pointing through the board. So basically, I tried to castle, but the interface just like picked up my king, like put it in a different spot. So I didn't actually castle. I just moved the king in a different area. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. My strategy still though is to try and like get this rook out somewhere. So at least in this situation, I think my best option is going to be to connect the rooks. Now, connecting the rooks is like one rook, like now these rooks, it's bidirectional, like the connection is both ways. and like the rooks can sort of, now this queen, the queen can't take this rook yet. But I got to be careful here because this is called a battery, by the way. And also, just in case you forgot, if you want to pause the video again and see if you can identify, where is my bishop? Where is my bishop? Can anyone tell where my bishop is? Because actually, it's right here and it's still pinned, by the way. Still pinned to the queen. Nothing's changed. Some things just never change. Some things just never change, okay? So I think finally I'm going to bring out my rook, okay? So Worthy Pizza is saying that was a terrible move, but I think he meant like about his thing. What do you call this? His rook coming here. So, you know, there's kind of a lot going on here now, because basically, if I take, so by the way, don't forget, this is something called a back rank problem, because if they didn't have this queen protecting this area, their king, see how my king is nice and centralized, but their king is like stuck in the back. So that's going to be a problem for them, because basically, if only they didn't have like their queen protecting this would be a back rank checkmate. Now you can see that I'm in no danger of back rank checkmate because my king is already moving his way up the board, and this is going to be my long-term plan, is to advance my king. So now the question is, should I capture their rook? I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be good for me, because ultimately, so I'm down quite a bit of material, and when you're down material, you don't really want to like cause any more imbalances, you know? Okay, anyway, this Worthy Pizza is, by the way, a great chess partner, because giving me so much extra time, so patient. Okay, but now, you know, there's going to be a limit when they probably will just stop giving me the time. So I'm thinking, you know, why not focus on this pawn here? So maybe I can get my rook up to eye this pawn, and then eventually, you know, depending what they do. Now notice they can't capture this. They can't do this, because once they do this, I take their, what do you call it, their bishop, and they're just going to be, done. So anyways, I'm thinking, because I'm short on time, got to be careful. Be very careful here. Worthy Pizza saying they gotta go, GG. Or do they mean good game? Does GG mean gotta go or good game? I'm not sure. In chess, sometimes gotta go, I don't know. It's confusing what they mean by GG in this current situation. Probably they mean good game, because they keep giving me back more time. So probably not gotta go. Probably not gotta go. Probably good game. I mean, so honestly, I think this is going to be checkmate pretty soon, unless, you know, and there's nothing I could do, because unfortunately bishops can't move sideways. Like, I can't get my bishop here, and my only move is like to move the king, and then, you know, then they're going to take my bishop, and it's going to be, you know, game over pretty quickly for me here. So obviously my plan is to like give them this check, but they've been playing really well. So I don't see how they're gonna let that happen. I don't think they're gonna let that happen. But maybe. I don't know. Probably they're just gonna keep like giving me checks as many times as they can. I don't know. I have to say, I think of anyone I've ever played on the internet my entire life, Worthy Pizza is probably my favorite opponent and partner. So I'm going to tell him, you're my favorite chess partner. Is that kind of weird? That kind of, I don't know if that's weird. I don't know if what I said was creepy. I don't know if it's creepy or not. But they're a really good sport. Like I have absolutely nothing bad to say about them. They're giving me a lot of extra time. I don't know, they're just a good sport. Okay. So anyways, not really sure what I should do here because I think they're gonna this bishop is gonna try to give me this check. So I can't move the rook. I can't move the rook because this bishop is guarding it, you know. So it's hard to tell, you know, in a situation like this, what to do. But maybe I'll proceed with my initial plan of pawn storm. You know what I mean? Sometimes a pawn storm on either side could be beneficial. So, you know, maybe one of these pawns can be useful in some way. I don't know. There's nothing really these pawns can do. So maybe I'll just do, in chess they call this a waiting move. It's basically a move where you don't know what to do. Like honestly, I don't know what to do here. So a waiting move is like, okay, like it's a small pawn storm / waiting move. One or the other or both. Sometimes a waiting move can also be a pawn storm. Just depends. So this, I don't know. It's just something to do because I feel bad that I'm taking a very long time in this game. Okay, now they're really, I can't tell if they want my rook or my pawn. Like, which one is it? I don't know. Do they want my rook or my pawn? Anyways, I gotta be careful though, because as soon as I move my rook here, they're gonna give me this check with their bishop. And then what? Then what to do? I don't know. So, you know, I'm thinking I gotta protect against this check here because that's gonna be game over, pretty sure. So, I don't know. Maybe another waiting move. Maybe this should be another waiting move. Like, put this rook here for a second. And now probably they're gonna push this pawn down. Uh-oh, they took another pawn. I don't know if anyone saw that. They took this pawn. See, so this was kind of when they moved their queen here, it's like, it was really unclear which piece they wanted. But it turns out the piece they wanted was this one. Sometimes it's like, you don't know what they want until they actually do it. So they took this is the one they wanted. Turns out this is what they wanted. I don't know. Why did they want that one? I don't know. Anyways, maybe I'll just do another waiting move here. Since I have so much time on the clock, you know, I should just do more waiting moves. Now notice this pawn. This is an isolated pawn. And this is a check. This is a check. I just, you know, this reminds me that I should have centralized my king a lot sooner. I don't know why I didn't centralize him sooner. Because now I'm pretty sure this is gonna be checkmate. Like, actually, they mess this up? Did they mess this up? Yes, they fucked up. I mean, I'm sorry. I hate, it's like, I don't want to be a bad sport, but like, I'm so bad at chess that when this happens, I actually get like, honestly, this was a really good game. And I actually feel really sad that this is how it ended because they were winning. But this is just what happens in chess. Like you could be winning. This is sometimes why chess is like so much about luck. Like I got lucky. Like, okay, like let's replay this for a second. They are one move. They literally have checkmate right here. And they played this so much. Look, they're 8. If you look at their score, they're 8 points ahead. But they make like one mistake and that's it. Like, I mean, this is luck. This is pure luck for me. Like, I did not win this. I did not win this by skill. Like, honestly, definitely, this was definitely a luck kind of victory. Oh, well, maybe they let me win. I don't know. I don't know if they let me win. I'm not sure. This is kind of a Worthy Pizza. I'm gonna look them up on the internet real quick. Worthy Pizza, while they play a lot of classical games, they don't do very many tactics. And you know what? As a chess coach, I can tell you, they should be doing more tactics all the time. Anyway, I'm gonna follow them on the internet. They seem to be like a very good chess partner. So anyways, thank you for watching this stream, and I hope you learned Chess Tactics 1, how to spot a pin. Hope everyone's able to spot a pin after watching this video. Thank you.